we're getting set to tip it off. The Division III Laverne Leopards against your Cal State Northridge Matadors, and the Matadors, Jermaine Townsend wins the tip back to Josh Jenkins, and here we go. 2 20-minute halves. Roderick Mells comes to the right side of the key, moves it over to Jenkins, dribbles into the left corner, picks it up, back out front to Mells. He calls for a reset. Man-to-man defense by the Leopards here in the early going. Jenkins trying to break down his man, comes to the top of the key, back and forth with the dribble, spins into the paint, fall away 10-footer, bounces around, hangs on the rim and goes in. Wow.
Matadors took their time on that offensive possession, just kind of filling out the Leopards and knocked down a nice little easy jump shot.
All right, well, here comes Brendan Hallinan against Jenkins. Hallinan drives over to the right side, lays it off high, dribbles back to the free throw line, kicks to the left wing. Nicolini into the paint, kicks to the right corner. That pass comes back out front. Hallinan over to the left wing. Driving is Lunau. He puts it into the corner. A jumper from there. Nicolini is off the mark. No good. A rebound to Gallick. Outlet pass to, who is that? Haynes down, or Mells, beg your pardon. Inside to Townsend. The big man goes up, knocks it off the glass, but too short. A rebound to the Leopards. Back the other way comes Lunau. Over to the right side to Hyde. He holds it up against Jenkins. Now into a weave to Hyde again. Over to the right wing, this time to Nicolini. Back out front, now to the left wing. A little back cut. Somebody got lost defensively, but the Leopards were unable to take advantage of it. You can see a huge height and weight disparity here in favor of the Matadors. They were pushing there, but Nicolini gets away from Mells. Drives to the right corner, lays it over to Shum, who launches a two-pointer. That's no good. Rebound fought for by Haynes, and he tipped it away from Hyde. And the referee says last touch by Hyde.
Looked like there was touch for Rob Haynes, so the Matadors caught a break, I think, on that one.
I do too. All right, so officially a team rebound to the Matadors. They lead 2-0. A little more than a minute and a half in. Ball over to Townsend on the left wing. Back out front to Gallick. And now inside they pounded to Townsend. He's got himself an easy layup around and over Shum to make it 4-0 Matadors.
Such a big size advantage underneath for the Matadors, so they can do that all night long.
And I suspect that they will. And for Laverne, they are finding some tough going on the outside. There is a drive into the paint, and they're going to call an offensive foul. As I believe that was Hyde. No, it was Nicolini trying to force the action down the paint. Dishing over to the left wing, but not before he ran over a man.
Nicolini got in the air and tried to make a pass, and once you leave your feet and you come down on somebody, normally they're going to call that offensive foul. I don't like that, though. I mean, he didn't really do anything to affect the play, and so to call an offensive foul on that, I just think let him play.
All right, Dion Tresvant checks in, replacing Roderick Mells. As if the Matadors don't have enough firepower out there already. All right, Jenkins calling out a play as he reaches half court. Now over the line and snaps a pass over to Haynes on the right wing. Haynes drives to the baseline around Hyde, kicks across the pattern to Tresvant. Three-pointer out of the left corner, that rims out. And the loose ball picked up, though, by Haynes. Back out front to Jenkins, and the Matadors with a fresh 35-second clock. Now Jenkins drives over to the right side, holds it up, out front to Haynes, threatens a three to Tresvant, pounds it inside to Gallick. From the left baseline, spins around his man, missed it. Townsend with a putback. That's way off the mark. And the rebound chased down by the Leopards over toward their own left corner. Here comes Hallinan out of the backcourt. Now slowed up by Jenkins. They move it over to the right wing to Lunau. He drives top of the key. They're looking for a weave. Cutting inside his Hyde. He launches a 10-footer from the left side of the paint and scores. The Leopards are on the board, 4-2.
Matadors got a little lost on defense that time, but nice back cut by the Leopards.
Gallick spins into the paint, a little easy layup, and that spins out too. Tough break there. He was so close, he put it up on the side of the rim, and it just rolled out. Now here's Hyde down the right side, cut off by Haynes. Shum moves it back out front to Nicolini. Tresvant's all over him. Now pass inside, and Haynes knocks it aside, lost the handle though, and fumbled it out of bounds.
That's 2 easy layups that Willie Gallick has missed, and he normally would knock those down. Probably a little tight, a little excited about this first exhibition game. First time he's had a chance to play in a whole season after he sat out last year, transferring from Pepperdine.
That's right. He's going to want to show the fans something here, just like everybody in this first exhibition contest. Coming into the game now for the Matadors is
Dallas Rutherford and Tony Oceansami.
Tony Oceansami, and our first look at the rookie, the freshman Dallas Rutherford, whose sister is I believe a junior on the women's basketball team here.
Kayla, she scored 23 points her last game.
All right, here's a drive by Hallinan to the right side, kicks into the corner. Now he gets it back out front and calls out a new play. Goes to the dribble. The defenders double team him. He throws it onto the free throw line to Shum. Fall away 11-footer, doesn't draw iron. To Rutherford. He's coming out of the backcourt. The freshman cuts to the left side of the free throw line, launches one and scores a swish.
Now he can knock down that outside shot. He's very comfortable with the outside shot, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh boy, and a breakdown defensively though as Rutherford's man, Vasquez, got away from him and ended up catching a pass and laying it up and in to make it 6-4. Matadors with a little trouble coming out of the backcourt. Now Rutherford slows things down. Calls out play number 3, whatever that is. They get to Tresvan on the right side. Back over to Rutherford on the left wing. Pounds it inside to Townsend. Backing in on the left block. Toss up right hand to hook. About a 10-footer he ended up with and he scores. 8-4 Matadors.
I like that. Nice strong move, little baby hook shot.
I'd like to see a little bit more arc on that, a little more roll of the ball off the hand on a hook shot, but a lot of players shoot that flat one a la Shaq, especially when you're as tall as Tremaine is.
Yeah, he won't have that shot against a bigger defense, D1 player. That'll get swatted if he shoots it that flat.
All right, Lou now lays it left baseline to Nicolini, goes up and scores underneath in some traffic. Nice shot, 8-6, Matadors with a 2-point lead. Tresvan from the right side, throws it back out front to Tresvan. Now to the wingman on the right side, left side is Haynes. Back out front to Tresvan, breaks around his man, comes to the right side, throws it up off the glass, no good, but an offensive foul.
Yep, well, I guess turnabout is fair play. They called Dion
Sure.
Tresvan for an offensive foul. A man was underneath the basket, and Dion went up and only 1 turnover, but 3 nice assists for the Leopards and only 1 turnover.
Leopards are going to need themselves a handful of assists to stay competitive here.
Theron Taylor's in the ball game along with Xavier Crawford, first 7-footer the Matadors have ever signed. Initially from Minneapolis, Minnesota, by way of Yuba College up north.
All right, so we got Crawford, Rutherford, Oceansami out front. We've got some tough defense played by Theron Taylor. Pass over to the left wing, a jumper by Nicolini for 3 is good. And believe it or not, the Leopards have got a 9-8 lead.
And they can knock down those 3-pointers, so don't be surprised at that.
All right, we'll try not to get too excited. Exhibition opener. Try to stay focused here, Bill.
It's a nice shot, a nice play, and a nice, comfortable 3-point stroke.
All right, we got a whistle and a foul inside against the Leopards. They give that to number 34, Austin Napolitano. I'm going to have trouble with that all night. Matadors will inbound right baseline front court. And bringing it in is Tresvan. They get it around to Oceansami out front to Crawford. They move it around and it ends up in the hands of Tresvan, who launches a 3 straight away and scores.
It's a nice assist by Dallas Rutherford, so he's already got a couple of assists.
So the Matadors regain the lead. They're up by 2. It's 11-9. Napolitano dishes back to Mansilla. He drives left baseline and took an extra step. He wanted to make a pass out front to Nicolini, but took an extra step before he launched the pass. So a turnover against the Leopards, just their second. 11-9 Matadors, and here comes Rutherford out of the backcourt. The freshman's picked up by Danny Vasquez of the Leopards. Crawford from the left wing out front. Oceansami swings it to the left wing to Rutherford. They put it in the left block, back to Rutherford. A 3 from the wing is good. Boy, that young man can stroke it.
Yeah, he's got confidence galore, and he's going to be a big help for the Matadors because Mark Hill won't be available, the transfer from Tulsa, until after December, so they're going to need this young freshman.
And he's got 5 already. For your first ball game, you come in here absolutely stone cold and knock him down. And now we got a foul outside. I think it's going to be Rutherford for holding. They might be called Crawford. Who did they get?
I couldn't tell, so we'll wait and see when they put it up on the scoreboard. 23,
They did give it to Crawford.
Yep.
Okay.
Second team foul for the Matadors. 2 team fouls also for the Leopards.
Pierre Baker comes in, replacing Nicolini. So Baker gets his first action, and here's Mencia going to the dribble out front. Guarded by Taylor, bumped him, got away with it. Ball over into the left wing, back out front now to Lunau. He comes to the left baseline in some traffic, lays it out to Baker on the left wing. He can't shoot. Matadors all over him. Now it's pounded inside. Napolitano spins, kicks to the right wing. A 3-pointer by Vasquez. That's no good, off the mark. Rebound inside Oceansami. To Jenkins, who's back in there now, running the show for the Matadors. Crossover dribble, comes to the right baseline, lays it over to the left side, and an easy, Crawford missed it. Falling away from the basket, there's Oceansami, one of the smaller guys on the court, picking up the rebound and putting it back in.
Well, Josh Jenkins won't pass Big Xavier that ball if he's going to miss that little easy layup. It was a beautiful pass by Jenkins. I didn't see it. It came out of nowhere as he penetrated. Crawford probably a slam dunk that next time, but fortunately Tony Oceansami came right behind him, Dennis Rodman of the Matadors, and put it back in. Offensive rebound put back.
The Dennis Rodman of the Matadors is exactly right. The shortest guy, okay, he's not the shortest guy on the court, but he's certainly far from the tallest. And he gets every loose ball and gets so many rebounds in among the trees, it's ridiculous. Jenkins' pass, I mean, Jenkins was going to the baseline and bounced it back to Crawford, who ended up taking like a fall-away shot. And you want your big man going to the rack.
Well, Crawford is not an offensive player. I mean, even in junior college, he only averaged less than 7 points a game. He's about defense, blocking shots, getting rebounds. But when you have those easy ones, you do have to knock them down.
All right, we got some substitutions for the Matadors. They're going big here. Gallick's back in there, so you got Gallick, Crawford, Jenkins out front. Roderick Mills is back in there. Here's a drive to the baseline, and 4 players absolutely roof the penetrating Leopard player. Who was it with the shot attempt? There was number 1, Brian Mancia, and there was no way he was going to get that shot up, but the ball went out of bounds off the Matadors.
Yeah, it looked like about 3 pair of hands blocked that shot.
So Mancia will inbound into the left corner, gets it to Vasquez. He throws it back out front to Lunau. I'm sorry, that's not Lunau, it's Baker. And they lay it off, the ball tipped into the backcourt. Mancina recovers. And Mancia calls out a play, guarded by Jenkins up near half court. We're inside 13 minutes to go here in the first half. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Out front to Baker. He launches a 2 from above the free throw line. No good. Rebound tapped into the corner. Mancia with it. Goes back and forth trying to get away from Rob Haynes, and I believe Haynes knocked it out of bounds.
You know, Josh Jenkins played really good defense, and then he just allowed the man to penetrate, and because of the penetration, he had to get some help, and that allowed an offensive rebound. So Josh has got to keep his man in front of him. He's much quicker than any player on this squad. He can keep everybody in front of him.
All right, Nicolini inbounds it from the right sideline to Mancia. They put it back into the right corner. High dribbles through the free throw line, throws up a wild shot, no good. Easy rebound for Crawford, and then he's tied up and fouled. No, did they call a foul on Baker?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. First I thought I saw 2 hands up from the referee, but it was 1 arm from the referee and 1 arm from Baker.
Well, Pierre Baker, nice name. Got his first foul. Matadors with a 16-9 lead. I expect them to start stretching this lead next few times down.
All right, the double team comes, and Jenkins says, let me break it down myself. He does, and then throws it across the pattern into the right corner. Mills dribbles back out front. Now gives to Jenkins. Approaching 12 minutes to play here in a half. And now 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time. They put it to the high post of Crawford. Back out front to Jenkins. Errant pass. Jenkins recovers. Now wants to break down his man. Crisscrosses, kicks into the corner. A 3-pointer is on the way, no good by Mills. Rebound underneath to Crawford. He goes up, shoots no good, but foul either on Baker or Napolitano, and I'm not sure who they're going to give it to. It looks like Baker. And that's going to be his second, 4th team foul on the Leopards.
Roderick Mills had a wide open 3-pointer and barely drew iron on that, and those are the kind of shots that he normally knocks down, so you could tell a little rust on everybody. Nice wide open jumpers that barely draw iron.
Yeah, it led it 9-8, but it has been Matadors on an 8-0 run since, and things have really slowed down the last couple of minutes as both teams have gone pretty cold. And we're going to see Xavier Crawford with his first free throw attempts.
You know, I had a chance to see a scrimmage, an officiated scrimmage last Saturday, and Xavier Crawford knocked down a couple of free throws to win that scrimmage, and so he appears to have a nice stroke, but that was practice, and let's see what happens in this game, how the free throw stroke will hold up.
All right, now it's just an exhibition now.
It's just an exhibition, but still, to them,
yeah, but way to jinx him. Way to
jinx him. Yeah, I start early. There he goes, he missed it. Yep. Get it out of the way during the exhibition.
Thanks, Alan.
We'll make them all during the regular season.
Yeah, dork. What are you doing? Next one looks
How
good
about
and
that
is
one?
good.
Perfect. Nice flash for the young man.
What I like is for a big man to shoot a free throw like the guards do. You get some
Right.
arc on it, not that crazy like a Shaq-style straight line clothesline thing. All right, but Crawford knocks down the free throw and then checks out. And the Matadors now going with a pressing defense out front. Up to the top of the key goes Hyde. He launches a 2-pointer just inside the arc. It's good. And it's 17-11. Quickly, the Matadors ahead to Gallick. He's on the right side, lays it off the glass and in, just ahead of Hyde, who hustled all the way back along with Schum to try to defend.
That was a beautiful pass by Josh Jenkins. Just dropped it right over the defender and caught it in stride, Gallick, and knocked it down.
So Jenkins now with his second assist. Meanwhile, a weave out front. Hallinan gives it over into the left wing. They got to get it inside. They did. A little jump hook with the right hand, no good by Napolitano. And a rebound off to Jermaine Townsend. To Jenkins, coming out of the backcourt. He throws it inside. There's Gallick away from his man. He goes up and he's fouled by Shum.
It was a nice pass inside by Josh Jenkins. Big man had post position, and he gave him the ball and gives him a chance to knock down a couple of free throws.
Yeah, Willie is the player I think has benefited the most from the weight room. Of course, he had a redshirt season sitting out after transferring from Pepperdine, but he has really bulked up in the upper body for sure.
Yeah, he's a physical specimen. But not enough muscle to make that free throw was short. How do you have all those muscles and shoot a short free throw?
Yeah, didn't have his Wheaties. All right, now we see Rob Haynes come out, and we're going to get our first look at Kenny Daniels. Daniels, a junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. 6'4", 210. Meanwhile, Gallick at the line for his second free throw attempt. That one looks good. Bounces off the front of the rim, goes to the glass, and falls in. So the Matadors extend the lead to 9. It's 20-11. Into the right corner, a three-pointer by Nicolini. That's off the mark, rebounded Townsend. To Jenkins. Quickly out of the backcourt for the Matadors. Over to the wing, all alone is Daniels. He launches a three, air ball, saved onto the floor by Townsend. Out to half court, tipped away by Hallinan, and it'll go back to the Matadors.
You come off the bench ice cold. You've been sitting over there for about nearly 10 minutes. Have a three-pointer, and you shoot an air ball. You're probably afraid to shoot the rest of the half. It's a nice-looking stroke, though. Nice form on the shot, just a little off.
And you can't fault him for taking that shot.
Oh, he had to take the shot.
All alone.
Oh, he had to take the shot. Most definitely.
Nobody in the same area code with him.
Right, he had to take that. He could knock it down, too. He's a 57% shooter, out of the junior college ranks, out of Wyoming.
All right, Jenkins over to Gallick on the right wing. Gallick going back out front to Jenkins inside, though, an elbow, and that's going to be a defensive foul. What did they get, Shum? No, they gave it to Hallinan. Shum's got one, Hallinan's got one. 6 team fouls, though, only 2 team fouls against the much larger Matador team. Ball is inbounded by Tresvant. They got it to the right corner, around the pattern, top of the key to Tresvant. The big man dribbles over to the right side, tried to give it to Gallick, went right between his legs. The bounce pass bounced at his feet and went wide. Here's Hallinan back the other way. They lay it inside to 44. Tyler Hoyt with a penetration. He misses the shot, but he's fouled by Townsend.
Yeah, Gallick and Townsend, they tried to make a play underneath with each other. Townsend made a kind of a tough pass to Willie, who was jumping up at the time. The ball was going down low, so Willie was not able to control it and then had a turnover. So they'll work that out.
Good idea, but the pass was right between his feet. And you got to make it come up to the big man's waist at least. Got to hit him in the hands with that pass. Meanwhile, we're going to see Gallick check out, and now Tony Oceansami comes back in for the Matadors. All right, so here comes some free throws for Tyler Hoyt, and right away the student section letting him have it, but he calmly knocks it down. And it is 2 free throws, making it 20-12. Jenkins trying to spin away from Hallinan, who tries to stay with him. They're trying to double team Jenkins, and now he carried the ball over. Yep.
Jenkins knew that he could take this young man any time, and that time he over dribbled. That's the first time I've seen Josh really over dribble that time.
Not the first time, though, that he has palmed the basketball on that play.
You got the fans already telling Josh, give the ball up.
Is that his uncle?
Josh is probably saying, I know what to do with that basketball.
All right, here's Sam Adams. What a great name, Sam Adams, right? He tried to make a pass to the baseline, but before he dished to Nicolini, he traveled. So that is 4 turnovers now against the Leopards, 3 against the Matadors. And really a kind of a, as you'd expect, a little bit of a lethargic pace here. I mean, they're playing hard and fast, but just not very well yet. Leopards shooting 33%. Matadors up to 50% so far. All right, here's Rutherford. Got it to Tresvant, back to Rutherford. Back to Townsend on the left side. He tosses up a 2-pointer, and it's good.
And that's another assist for Dallas Rutherford. That's funny. The young freshman looks like he's been the one knowing the offense all the time.
Oh, great steal down on the baseline by, who was it, Daniels. Matadors bring it to the front court. Tresvant over to the left wing. Back out front to Oceansami. They move it to the right wing. A 3-pointer by Rutherford is launched. No good. Rebound to Oceansami. Passes underneath to Townsend. He's got a layup. Miss it. Tapped it back and scores.
Well, that gives him a rebound and a score, but Tony Oceansami wanted an assist. That was a beautiful pass by Tony.
Yeah, he spoiled the guy's assist. All right, Matadors starting to open it up a little bit here, 24-12. Hoyt driving on the right side, comes in, tries to lay one around Tresvant, gets fouled, missed the shot, and he'll shoot free throws.
13 foul on the Matadors is with a 24-12 lead. 14 foul.
And Dion picks up his second. So they may have to think about what they want to do with him. Okay, preseason, first exhibition game. Free throw on the way by Hoyt is no good.
Now this squad shot 77% the last game they played, and they've actually played a game this season already against a team from Afghanistan. They shot 77% from the free throw line, but tonight I think they're only about 50%.
Sam Adams checks out, and Danny Vasquez comes in for the Leopards. Here's Hoyt setting up for the second free throw. That is nice and good. So it's 24-13, and Rutherford slowing it up, looking at the double team. Throws ahead to Townsend, who throws to the right side. Baseline goes Oceansami, lays it off the glass and in.
No, that was Kenny Daniels.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, beautiful pass by Jermaine Townsend, and Daniels with a strong finish.
Both wearing the T-shirts underneath, but one's clearly a number 20 and the other's clearly a number 10. Now Rutherford's going to get called for a hold on a nice dribble by Hallinan out front. Started to accelerate around him, but a little bit of a hanging on to the hip bone there. And Danny Vasquez will inbound right in front of us, and Kenny Daniels will pick him up. So the Leopards into the front court. They get it to Hallinan. Quickly a double team comes, and he gets the ball knocked away, but got it over to Vasquez, who splits one defender, kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer on the way by Hoyt. That's no good, and the rebound is taken by, it's snatched away from, and then blocked by Haynes. Haynes came up with the initial rebound. The ball was snatched from him from behind, right under the basket by Vasquez. And then Haynes fouled Vasquez.
It was a good hustle play by Vasquez not to give up. A
soaring rebound by Haynes, and then Vasquez didn't quit on it. You're right.
And that's what you're going to get from these guys. They're going to hustle, and you know that. They're not going to get out here and not work out hard, and that's exactly what the Leopards are doing. Playing hard, and they're right in this ball game. They're only down by 12. Chance to cut it to 11 with another free throw made.
All right, so the second free throw on the way. That is good, and it's 26-15. Rutherford receives the inbound pass. Crawford's back in there now for the Matadors. And quickly hopping off the bench is Roderick Mells, who's going to come back in. About 8:20 left to play. Here's Haynes driving in, throws up one of the right-hander. Got a handy bounce as he kind of scooped it up and in. Got a roll, and now down the left side comes Vasquez. Pounds it inside to the left block to Hoyt. Spins in, tries to shoot. Got partially blocked for Matadors, and Rutherford comes away with it. And now pass inside intended for Crawford.
And that was a great pass by Rutherford, and Xavier Crawford has got to make that catch. He led that ball perfectly to the basket, and that time that shows you where you're a 7-footer and just not quite as coordinated as maybe a guy that's 6'8" or 6'9", because the pass was absolutely perfect.
It was definitely catchable. I don't know if it was perfect, but it was definitely catchable.
Well, it was put where a big man wants it. You want it up high.
And that's what you're thinking, too, as a guard. You're thinking the guy's going to go up and catch the ball.
Right.
All right, meanwhile, the Leopards come back down the court. 7:50 to go here in the first half, and boy, passing always puts some Leopard players in some tough places to try to go up. Now Crawford gets caught, though, reaching and bumping somebody away from the basket. Nicolini got bumped, and we're going to have free throws now. Is that right? Yeah, bonus time. All right, meanwhile, though, we're under 8 minutes, so we've got a media timeout, although there is.
Tony Oceansami, Roderick Mells, Willie Gallick, Rob Haynes in the ball game. I really like Dallas Rutherford, Bill. He looks good. He looks composed.
Looks very poised.
Yeah, very poised for a freshman.
Even not for a freshman, just for any player in his first game, transfer or whatever, but he's doing a bang-up job here. Nicolini knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. 17 fouls against the Matadors. Remember the teams earlier we said they each had 4 assists and only 1 turnover. Well, now Laverne's got 4 turnovers to go with 4 assists. And the Matadors have 8 assists, but 5 turnovers. So that's not real fun yet. Of course, we always keep saying here, it is exhibition opener. All right, Mel swings the pass over to the left wing to Haynes. He holds it up and pounds it into Gallick, who wants to come in against Baker. Throws it back out front to Mells. To Haynes, and now Rutherford gets it again. Top of the key with 15 of the shot clock. All right, right, the guard starts to break down his man, goes around Hallinan to the right side, toss-up right-hander, no good. Inside Oceansami with a rebound. Tried to give it to Gallick. Tough passing in hardly any space, and now we got a jump ball.
Well, Tony should have just taken that up. He tried to make a pass. You get that ball, you go back up strong because Willie was not ready. Right, and Willie wasn't ready for the pass. He tried to pass it to Willie Gallick. Willie wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, Willie's looking for a rebound off the right side, and Oceansami was on the left side of the hoop with 2 defenders on him. He ripped down a rebound and, yeah, should have just gone right back up with it and gotten fouled.
And the possession arrow belongs to the Leopards, so Matadors right now looking a little sloppy, but still a lot of hustle. A lot of energy, a lot of hustle.
Matadors shooting 52% from the field, but they got 5 turnovers. Leopards, though, down to 29.5%. That's not going to work. But it is tough for them to find any space. Here's a kick pass to the left wing. Lunau with a 3-pointer. That's no good. The rebound taken by Haynes, skying over the group again to Rutherford. He lays it to the streaking man down the right side. Oh, boy! Mel's got cut off and bounced out of bounds. Really like a shoulder check in hockey there. Both players are okay.
Once again, it was a beautiful pass by Dallas Rutherford and allowed Rodrigue to go hard to the basket. Got the foul, but it was a good pass nonetheless.
Go hard to the basket was right. He never actually got to go up with the ball because he was cut off and shoulder checked out of bounds by number 24, Danny Vasquez. All right, Mel's first free throw, the front end of the 1-and-1. He strokes it. And that's the truth. It wasn't a shooting attempt because they're calling it a 1-and-1 situation here. He never brought the ball up to even attempt a shot before he got knocked out of bounds. But he knocks down both free throws. And now Tremaine Townsend is going to check in. And who is he replacing? Oceansami?
Yep, Tony's going to come out of the game.
All right, so the Matadors have got Gallick, Townsend, Haynes, Mel sporting the new do, and the freshman Dallas Rutherford. Into the front court comes Kyle Lunau, and quickly a double team comes to pick him up. He swings it to Hallinan, who comes underneath with a pass to Baker, who missed the layup. Rebound ripped down by Mel. Outlet pass to Rutherford. He dishes to Haynes on the left wing, 3-pointer, no good. And there's Baker pulling down the rebound. Here come the Leopards with 6.5 to go in the half. Coming into the paint, spinning, losing control of the ball. It's fumbled away and comes to Gallick. He gives to Haynes, to Townsend, back to Haynes, back to Townsend. One too many passes. Townsend saves it, however, up near the top of the key, so the Matadors maintain possession. And just one too many. Everybody wanted to get an assist on that, and nobody wanted to go to the hole.
Yep, that's why you have exhibition. You'll learn that next time Rob Haynes will just take that shot. He had a layup.
You'll learn after enough coaches shout in your ear, right? Matadors get it to Rutherford, and then he stepped on the out-of-bounds line, of the sideline, over toward the left wing.
You know, I'm watching Willie Gallick. I'm watching his body to see how he's working his physical size on these smaller Leopards, and he's doing a good job. And he's being held and fouled, and they're not calling anything, but he's not complaining, and I like that. He's just working hard underneath there. No matter what they're doing to him, he's not complaining because he's going to go up against some big boys. So if you're going to complain against these little guys, you're going to be in a world of hurt when you go up against those big boys.
You're not going to get many breaks during the regular conference season or in a couple of weeks when we head over to UCLA. All right, we get our first look at Vincent Cornell for the Matadors. Meanwhile, here comes Mencia with a kick pass over to the right wing, a 3-pointer launched by Lunau, no good. Rebound to Townsend, to Jenkins down the right wing. He pulls up outside the 3-point arc, to Townsend out front, to Mel's on the left wing. Approaching 5.5 minutes inside, they get it to Gallick. He ran over a man, and that is the right call. He caught the pass and turned to the basket without looking for a defender because his original defender on the post there at the left block came high. Gallick thought he was away from him and spun right into another defender and ran him over.
You know, I actually thought that was a block. I thought that Willie actually had a little lane to go to the basket, but, you know, the official was right there, and you called it too.
Well, you're completely wrong. That's all there is to it.
Not the first time, that's for sure.
All right, meanwhile, the Leopards working a little weave here, Hyde and Lunau. Now they get it to Thomas Kearns, who's in there. Driving in, oh boy, tucking the ball down like a running back was Lunau. And he ran right over a Matador player to pick up an offensive foul.
Yeah, Rodrigue Mills that time took a charge.
Visa or MasterCard? 30-16 Matadors, 5:14 left to go here in the first half. Each team with 8 team fouls. And the Matadors falling now to 50% shooting, but the Leopards down to 25% shooting for the half. That's not going to work. All right, it's D3 versus D1. I know everybody's getting some good experience here. All right, Townsend gets a pass on the right wing, throws it out front, throws it away. Mencia picks it off as the ball was intended for Gallick. And now here's a pass, and we're going to get a blocking foul against Willie Gallick as the pass came from the left side for a layup attempt from the right. And who's going to shoot the free throws? Is it going to be Napolitano?
Willie Gallick, Jermaine Townsend made a bad pass and threw that away. So a lot of things to work on in regards to, good crisp passing, a little better defense. Matadors just playing a little sloppy right now with 4:59 left in the first half, leading by 14 points. Now only 13 points after the free throw is made.
As Austin Napolitano steps to the line and strokes the first one. Gallick comes out, and who do we got in there now? Cordell is in, along with Mells, Jenkins, Townsend, and who we got over on the right baseline there is Oceansami. All right, second free throw is good. Here comes Jenkins to the left side. It's 30-17. A pass out front. Mells launches a three and scores from straight away.
That's a beautiful play and a nice pass by Josh Jenkins, and Mells caught that in rhythm and knocked it down.
Mencia into the front court, picked up by Jenkins. The ball's knocked away from him. Beg your pardon, that's Hyde with the dribble now. He gets to Mencia in the right corner, trying to drive baseline, got cut off and now blocked by Mells. So we get a foul against Mells on the right baseline. That'll be free throws for the Leopards with 4:31 left to go in the half.
Matadors slowly extending this lead. They didn't have a turnover that time, so they were able to get a nice three-point shot, knock it down, and now they just have to stop fouling.
And the free throw is off the mark for the Leopards. As Brian Mencia fails to convert the first one. Rob Haynes checks back in, replacing Mells. So we got Cordell, Haynes, and Jenkins on the guard spots. And it's Oceansami and Townsend. He was the Big West leading rebounder last season. Matadors into the front court. Cordell crossed the pattern over to the right wing to Jenkins. He steps around one man, comes to the free throw line, lays it up top to Jenkins, who jumps, to Townsend, who jumps over. Who was it? Lunau that he went over, caught the ball, laid it in all in one motion. Now back the other way, a wild shot off the mark. Cordell picks the air ball out of the sky and gives it to Jenkins. Quickly to the corner to Haynes, a three-pointer for the left. Oh, air ball, but Townsend's right there to pick it up and missed it. The rebound volleyed around by Cordell. He ends up with it at the free throw line. Now he's going to back it out. So the Matadors got a fresh shot clock, and Jenkins looking over to the bench for a play. 3:48 to go in a half. Jenkins over to the right wing, inside to Townsend. He got bumped, no call, but he scores anyway.
Yeah, that was easily a foul. That was a foul there.
Clearly a foul.
You know, you can't let them just bang them like that and not call it. That was a foul.
Well, the Matadors now by 19. They lead by more than the Leopards have. Kearns got double teamed. He dishes over to Lunau, tried to drive left baseline, couldn't do it. Pass intercepted by Cordell to Jenkins. Here come the Matadors. Jenkins crisscrosses, pounds it inside to Townsend. Got bumped and fouled again, no call. 4 Leopards around him, and finally they come away with the ball, and now we get a call timeout by the Leopards.
Well, actually, I think it's good that the Matadors aren't getting these fouls called because you want to be able to play through it. I mean, it's going to be physical when you go up against the big boys. You know, you've got a size and weight advantage on this, the Leopard. So fight through that, make those shots. If you're going to get fouled, you know, take the foul and don't complain, and that's what's happening. They are getting fouled, but they're not complaining about it, and I think that's a good deal.
Well, you got to say that the officials are in preseason form also.
Yeah, they're in preseason form, and I think they look at it and say, look, we're not going to call everything. This game will last forever. We'll make them really earn it, unless it's so obvious and so blatant that we have to call it. Like that one was. That was actually a foul, but what are you going to do?
That's 2 in a row that Townsend got fouled, but he's makes one of the 2. Are you kidding me? Give me something to throw. Now he's taking pictures.
Yeah, he's trying to befriend the crowd. That's Bob Vasquez.
We can't get a stat sheet, but we can get our picture taken. All right, here come the Leopards into the front court. Hyde doing a little weave around some defenders now to the right baseline. Oh, his teammate is absolutely trapped, and the shot attempt is swatted away by Cordell. He takes the ball and gives it to Jenkins. Boy, there's no way you're going to go up and get a shot attempt up without 3 sets of arms. defensively for the Matadors. Now Jenkins spins around a man, lays it underneath. Bad pass, though. Put it down low for Oceansami, and it was picked off by Hyde. Hyde gets it back near the top of the key. Oh, got hit in the face, I think. No call. Bodies all over the place. Lunau. They get it over, eventually over to the corner to Vasquez. He launched a three-pointer, no good. Got his own rebound, throws up a wild two-pointer off the glass and scores. And there is just people all over the place. It's really sloppy. Now Cornell, a two-pointer from the right wing, scores.
I like Cornell. Cornell is looking strong. He's really tired, though. He's ready to come out.
Yeah, he's got to come out, and I think Brass will just recognize it and call the timeout. And they're going to get somebody off the bench for him.
Yeah, Vincent Cornell, the 6'6" forward out of Huntsville, Alabama. He's
I'm really impressed with Cordell. Obviously, we got a lot of players playing exactly, picking up right where they left off last year. I mean, Oceansami getting every loose ball. It's nuts. And obviously, we're both impressed with Rutherford, who's in there right now for the Matadors. All right, so now we see Daniels and Rutherford, the guards. There's a pass laid off inside. Haynes is the third guard in there. He got bumped out of bounds, and the ball was last touched by the Leopards anyway, so Matadors will take possession. All right, here comes Rutherford. He's picked up by Mencia in the backcourt. Approaching 2 minutes to play and a half. Gallic on the left wing. Out front to Oceansami. He dribbles over to the right wing, now pounds it into the left, to the right baseline, intended for Gallic. Off his hands, out of bounds. I know he was bumped, but still.
He's got to make that catch.
He's got to come up with it.
Gallic is struggling a little bit. I mean, he doesn't look real fluid. He's pressing. That's what I would say. He's pressing because he knew that he had his man on his hip and he was ready to turn and score.
All right, some tough defense by Rutherford out front against Cardona, and now we got Cardona driving into the key and getting knocked down and a foul against Rutherford. And for Rutherford, that is his second personal. 39-20 Matadors, a minute 43 to play in the half, and a couple of free throws coming up as the Matadors are over the limit. 10 team fouls, so the rest of the way double bonus for the Leopards. And the first free throw by Cardona is good. Cardona saw 8 minutes of action in his team's first game. And he knocks down 2 free throws here to make it 39-22. Here comes Rutherford out of the backcourt. Uses a pick from Daniels to get to the right side and now steps out of bounds on that sideline again. This time on the right wing. That's twice he's been caught stepping back.
Yep, not knowing exactly where he is on the court. So a couple of good plays and a couple of mishaps for the young freshman.
All right, Mencia into the front court, picked up by Rutherford. Mencia comes to the left baseline, cut off by Gallic, and now the ball kicked away. And they're going to say last touch by Rutherford. All right, Jenkins is going to come in now to replace Rutherford. That was not as impressive a few minutes there as the first few minutes we saw from Rutherford, but it's not all going to be wonderful and sunshine.
That's what you get from freshmen. They'll be uneven. There'll be times that you look at them and say, wow, he can't be a freshman. And there are other times you look at him and say, whoa, what a freshman.
And that's what we were saying in the first introduced without telling Allen about it.
Allen is jokeless and brokeless. That's for sure. How those stocks do today, Bill?
I don't know. I don't have any.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
And not many other people have any anymore. All right, a high weave here. Lunau with it. Gives over to Cardona on the right wing, way above the free throw line, and now some real tough defense by the Matadors. Ball knocked away. It went through the legs, though, of Oceansami and out of bounds after Daniels got a couple of hands on it.
Now, there's 10 seconds on the shot clock. The Matadors want to make sure they play solid defense, don't foul, don't bail them out.
This is a very small, quick lineup, and here's Gallic, the biggest man on the court, out front. They get it to Lunau. He drives in and ran over a man, knocked Haynes down at the left block, and picks up the personal foul. So with a minute 2 left in the half, the Matadors will get the ball back on the 9th Leopard turnover. 11 turnovers against the Matadors, by the way.
Yeah, that's just bad, but they do that. They are learning the system, and so you'll see some turnovers for the Matadors. That doesn't surprise me.
Whoopsie, don't do a moving screen. Here's Jenkins with a 2-pointer from the right wing. That's good. Trying to use a screen and did eventually use a screen from Oceansami. Vasquez moves it back out front. Mencia dribbling over here, running a high weave. Cardona with it. Jenkins picks him up near half court. 38 seconds to go in the half, 10 on the shot clock, though. They move it over to Vasquez. He tries to get away from Daniels. Comes to right baseline. Hands reaching in there, slapping it away. And they're going to say last touch by Ocean Sami.
Only 4 seconds on the shot clock. So once again, can the Matadors play solid defense for another 4 seconds, maybe get a shot clock violation?
Some back picks. They're trying to get a man free, and there's really no place to go, so a
And
timeout called on the baseline.
They called a timeout? Oh, okay. I thought they were going to say 5-second call. That was a long 4 seconds.
Now, when you get to 4, they still have that rule when you get to 4.
You're allowed to call timeout? You're not? Okay.
All right, inbound pass given to Napolitano. He launches and scores one with just about no time left on the shot clock to make it 41-24. Tough shot, great score.
Great out-of-bounds play by the Leopards.
All right, we're down to 15 seconds left now in the half. 41-24 Matadors. Jenkins dribbling out near half court. Sizing up Mancia, who's near the top of the key. Now 6 seconds, 5, then Jenkins just launches a straightaway three-pointer and scores! With 3 seconds left, quick inbounds to Cardona. Gets over half court, can't get it off before the buzzer sounds. And that will do it for the first half of play. At the end of 20 minutes of basketball, the Matadors with a 20-point lead. It is 44-24. All other scoring for the Matadors. Let's see, who else had points here? Jenkins with 7 points, 6 assists, and only 2 turnovers. And Mells with 5, Gallick with 3 points. Rutherford ended up with 5, and Tresvant with just 3. All right, we're underway with the second half. Obviously, there were some other players chipping in random points here and there, but we're back underway. Matadors pounded inside to Townsend. A little jump, toss-up hook, no good. Townsend gets his own rebound. That's no good. Fighting for the rebound again, and he knocks it out of bounds. Harassed by a bevy of Leopard players, so the Matadors fail to get a score on the opening possession of the second half. Bill Gortland and Alan Zinsmeister here on IBSU.net, GoMatadors.com. We hope you'll join us throughout the season for what promises to be an exciting year for the Matadors. Here's a three-pointer by Nicolini. Swishes it from the right wing. Got away from Tresvant for a moment. Quickly back the other way up. Pass to Gallick. He fumbled it. It was a little bit too long from Jenkins. And it's taken away by the Leopards. Hallinan got a hand in there, and now he's coming to the front court. Jenkins picks him up. They move it up front to Hyde. Over to the right wing, back out front. Hallinan whips it over to the left side. His teammate falls down, tries to pick it up, did get it to Hyde. And now steps are going to be called as Rob Haynes was all over him like a cheap suit.
Well, the Matadors come out, give up a three-pointer, and have a couple of easy layup attempts, but they're not able to knock him down. So coming out a little bit cold, maybe. I like that pass that Jenkins gave to Gallick. He couldn't handle it, but it was a pretty good pass, I thought.
Well, maybe just a little bit long, but boy, I'm starting to find, what do they say, a mole on a supermodel? And there is a jumper out of the right corner by Jermaine Townsend. The big man is certainly not shy about shooting it, and he's knocking it down from all over the floor. Back to a 19-point lead, 46-27. Now Jenkins trying to steal the ball from Hallinan, who goes down. Townsend hits the floor trying to deflect it away from Schum. It goes out of bounds.
The coaches are like that. That's just good hustle. That's 2 Matadors that went down to the floor to try to get a loose ball.
All right, Nicolini will inbound. He gets it to Hallinan, who's driving against Jenkins around the key, gets it over into the left corner, a three-pointer there, no good. Rebound to Townsend, to Jenkins, quickly to the front court. They throw to the rim. Oh, what a catch! Oh, no good! Oh, follow slammed up by Gallick.
Well, Gallick finally allowed that athletic ability to take over. He ran the court well, followed up with a beautiful slam dunk.
Tresvant got the pass, leaped in the air, and missed the layup, and there was Gallick for the putback two-handed slam. All right, I guess I shouldn't get too excited on a 21-point blowout game on the first exhibition, but that was soaring to the rim. Here's a two-pointer by Hyde. That's good, just above the free throw line. Quickly, the Matadors get it ahead to Tresvant, who's over here on the left wing now, matched up against Nicolini. To Gallick, out front to Townsend, a three-pointer for the big man. Swish again! Wow!
Wow! Beautiful stroke, and that was pure as can be. And this year, the three-point line is 20 feet 6 inches, so a little further than before, and he knocked that down like nothing.
Yeah, so you're going to see 2 arcs now on the floor, one for the women and one for the men, as they're trying to take the three-point shot a little bit out of the arsenal, but there was no slowing down the big man Townsend on that last possession. Boy, the Matadors have, I mean, you can't put Townsend in the group of three-pointers, three-point shooters, but they've got like 5 guys who can really stroke the long bomb now.
Jermaine Smith is going to enter for the first time tonight, replacing Jermaine Townsend. So Jermaine Smith out of New Jersey gets a chance to play for the very first time. He was injured all last season.
Yeah, we lost him at the opening practice, I believe it was, last year. And there is a steal on the sidelines by Mells, and then he runs into one of the referees and loses the ball out of bounds.
Did they change the, they said that he had possession. They reset the shot clock. I don't think they should. Let's see if they're going to change that shot clock.
Well, they're going to rule that he bounced it into the referee and out of bounds. And I think you're right, though, that should not have been a change of possession. Okay, they are going to straighten it out.
Okay.
Very good. Our friend Matt Tackett, one of the officials over here, pointing at the scorer's table as if to say, hey, Bill, Allen, we got it.
Yep, 13 seconds now on that shot clock, so good defense by Roderick Mills.
And a good play by the referees, and quickly a double team up near half court. The Leopards move it over to the left wing. Nicolini drives into the paint, and the ball is stripped away. Stolen by Tresvant to Jenkins. He comes to the free throw line, slows down. Now whips a pass inside to Mel, scoops around the defenders, no good. Put back inside is good by Jermaine Smith. He gets his first bucket of the Matador.
Well, you could tell the Matadors have come out with a little bit of pep in their step. Right now, they've got a 24-point lead, looking pretty good.
Hallinan kicks it into the corner. A three-pointer on the way by Nicolini, no good. Rebound of the Matadors. Who got that one? It was Smith. To Jenkins, they throw to the rim to Gallick, who makes a tough catch underneath. A backhand layup is good from underneath the basket. Leaned back and out and threw it in.
Well, I guess maybe the coach has said something to Willie, because that's a nice catch and finish there. Behind the back, flip it on in. Big guy.
55-29, so the Matadors really starting to pour it on here. 26-point lead in the early going of this second half. Ball over to the right wing to Hallinan. Over to the left wing. Casala launches, I'm sorry, not Casala, it is Lunau, a three-pointer, and that is good. 55-32, that momentarily quiets the student section.
Yep.
I'm just amazed, Alan, at the number of students here.
So am I.
That's outstanding. Now pass into the right post is a little bit behind Matthew Wallace. Is it Smith?
Yeah, Jermaine Smith.
I said Wallace. It was a little bit out of reach of Smith, and two defenders fell on it, and the result is going to be a turnover, but a timeout on the floor. We're under with you that I like the fact that you get your big men the ball in the right place, but I disagree with you to the extent that I think when there's two guys on your post man, that's not the time to go into the post. But, you know, hindsight is always 20/20, right?
Yeah, well, maybe Coach Braswell agreed with you, because Dallas Rutherford is in the game now.
Well, I don't think he's taking any cues from me, do you? All right, so we got Smith, Rutherford, Tresvant, Crawford, the big man playing defense way out front. Baker goes around him, launches a two-pointer, no good, got his own rebound back, and a foul out front. Rutherford took a swipe at the ball and whacked him on the arm, so Baker, I guess they're going to take the ball out of bounds.
They'll take it out of bounds, and Dallas Rutherford must have said something to the official. The official, Matthew Tackett, looked at Dallas as if to say, you got one more thing to say. And of course, Dallas was very, very quiet.
And there is a fumble by the Leopards, and then they try to save it out of bounds. That's a good play, though, by Lunau, hustling. He slid out of bounds with the ball, but he kept Tresvant from getting away with the ball and heading off for a layup or a slam dunk.
Right. So very good hustle by both players. Matadors leading 55-32, and I think their biggest lead was 26 points. I think when it's all said and done, it won't matter how big the lead is. It's just to be about how the guys played. And right now, I like the energy. I like their effort. Come out in the second half, diving on the floor and playing good, strong defense. No complaints by this announcer.
I like that you just get some minutes under your belt. I don't even, you know, I like to see hustle, but I don't even care how well you play or not. I want to see smart plays, even if they're not executed well.
Yes.
I want to see lots of hustle, and I just want everybody to get through the minutes without any kind of injuries.
Exactly, and that is exactly what Coach Lewis Wilson said, so maybe you should have had to scout with him, because that's just what he said.
All right, Rutherford comes to the right side, tried to pound it inside to Smith. That bounce pass was off the mark, and Baker comes away with it. He gives to Lunau, who comes to the front court, lays it over to the left wing. Hallinan can't shoot. They snap it across the pattern to Lunau, who launches a three-pointer from the right wing. That's no good. The rebound ripped down by, who was that? Tresvant?
Tresvant.
Gets it to Rutherford, who crisscrosses, gets the free throw line, dishes into the corner to Mells. Wanted to go three-pointer, couldn't. Throws it out front to Tresvant. Now to Rutherford on the left wing. The little guard goes to the dribble, back out toward half court. Starts to reset. Now throws it over to Tresvant on the right wing. I'm surprised he didn't launch the three there. This time he's going to launch a 2 instead after a couple of dribbles. Got his rhythm and stroked it.
He can hit that all night long because he gets it up so quickly, and he was going to pass it and then realized the better play would be to take a shot.
Here's a three-pointer out of the left wing by the Leopards. No good. Rebound underneath by Napolitano, and then he's fouled trying to put it back up and in. I think Crawford's going to get the foul. Let's see if they
either
go 2-3.
Crawford or Jermaine Smith.
Oh, they give it to Smith, right?
Yeah, Crawford had a chance at a rebound, was not able to grab it. Crawford is 7 feet, maybe about 215 pounds, so he's pretty frail as Matthew Wallace is about to check in the game. So he'll have to get a little stronger. That's a rebound that he'll want to corral. He let that one get away from him.
All right, Napolitano at the free throw line, swishes the first one. 14:39 to play, a 24-point lead for the Matadors.
I like this combination of Matthew Wallace and Dallas Rutherford. It's kind of a peek to the future. They work well together, and Matthew Wallace is a pretty good shooter.
Wallace, a redshirt freshman, so this is his second year in the program. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Lizarraga.
He'll get in. Mike will get in.
All right, ball inbounded to Rutherford after both free throws are made, so it's down to a 23-point lead. Crawford on the wing, out front to Smith, now to the left wing to Rutherford, and a whistle inside a foul against the Leopards. And who did they get?
He was
Number
holding
24,
Crawford.
Vasquez.
Yeah.
That's his second. That should be the second. That is the first team foul. 5.5 minutes into the second half, just one team foul. And now an inbounds pass is a tough one to handle. Mells can't handle it, fumbles it out of bounds, and another Matador turnover. That's now 15 turnovers against the home team.
Yeah, a little sloppy play that time.
I don't think you really keep track of that too much, do you, in the exhibition opener? I mean, you know what to work on. I don't think you have a heart attack about it either. There's a long three-pointer out of Vasquez's range, no good, but he stole the ball back. He gives to Baker, who lays it up and in.
Well, that was a bad pass by Crawford, and he wasn't paying attention, and there's back-to-back turnovers.
Ball over here to the left wing to Wallace. He puts it inside to Smith, who tried to go up, and the double team came. Vasquez stripped the ball. Vasquez to the front court, throws it across the pattern. Now they get it back to Mencia. Comes to the free throw line, ran into some traffic, fumbled it, and ends up with another dribble. That might have been a double dribble, but no call. He gives to Cardona. He's hounded by Mells out front. Now Cardona uses a pick, kicks it over to the corner. Baker launches a 2, that's no good. And Rutherford tips the rebound to himself. And now he runs over. No, they call a block out front. That's a good play. I mean, a good call as Vasquez was shifting to the side. And Rutherford was going to go around him until the block. For Vasquez, that's his third. And now Wallace will inbound into the backcourt to Rutherford. So we've got a lot of new faces, and Mells, who launches a 3 from the right wing. Swish!
Nice pass by Rutherford. Went right into Mells' shooting stroke, and he knocked it down. Beautiful pass, beautiful finish.
Back to a 24-point lead. Here's a 3 out of the corner. That's no good. Baker hustling away from Crawford, but threw the ball away. Now coming out of the backcourt, Wallace got bumped, but it comes to Rutherford, who comes underneath. He missed. Put back and in by Crawford.
Nice. Rutherford missed that shot, but I like the fact that he did a reverse layup, and it was pretty nice looking.
Quickly to the front court. They get it to Tyler Hoyt. He gives to Cardona up high on the right wing. One bounce dribble, picks it up, snaps it out front, intercepted again. Wallace with his second consecutive block, and then he comes underneath and tosses one at the front of the rim and scored. And he might have been fouled, but no call.
They didn't call the foul. He was fouled, and Matthew Wallace is getting his hands on balls. And as you talked about Mike Lizarraga, I see him on the sideline. He'll be coming in after this timeout.
All right, it's up to now the largest lead of the contest, 28 for the Matadors. 12:35 left in the half, and it is 64-30. Very pleasant surprise for a freshman. With Jenkins, obviously the conference's assist leader last season, you know what you're going to get there, and you're going to have a solid backup with Rutherford, and then some real interesting weapons for the Matadors when they bring in Rutherford and Wallace, as you said. I'm interested to see how Cordell fits in with that kind of a trio. I don't think he ever goes small with all those young men, but you never know. All right, here we are back to play, and Cornell is in there for the Matadors. Leopards with possession, and a two-pointer from the baseline. Left side by Kearns is good. And now a steal attempt, and Cardona almost got to it but knocked it out of bounds.
Well, once again, Matador big men are just turning blindly and throwing the ball. You can't run the baseline.
Somebody's got to take the ball. Okay, Rutherford gets it on the inbound pass. That was Jermaine Smith inbounding that time. All right, 64-38. Quickly over to the left wing, a three-pointer launched by Wallace, no good. And there is Lizarraga mixing things up when it comes to the Leopards. Kearns down the left side. Out front he gives to Mencia. Mencia backs up after trying to penetrate. Cut off by Lizarraga. Now Mencia wants to go around the bigger player. Can't do it. Out front they get it to Shum, who launches a two-pointer, no good. And the rebound ripped down by Cordell. Up high. And quickly the Matadors get it ahead. It is intended for Jermaine Smith. Knocked away. It's stolen by the Leopards.
That's a good pass. See, the bigs aren't ready right now for those type passes. They just aren't ready, but it was a nice pass.
Well, that's the thing. It's in the traffic, and they're worried about guys under their feet, so they're not really making a clean catch. So I guess I can agree. I can see what you're saying. I'm not sure that I want to see the ball put in there with all that traffic around them. Well, on the other hand, the big guys are running, so you want to get on the ball.
That's right. The big guys just have to catch that. The ball is up there for them to catch. They've got to come up, be confident, catch the ball, turn, and score. What they're doing, you're right. They're worried about where the defender is, as opposed to snatching the ball. Yep. First thing first, get the ball, then worry about the defender.
Yep. Matadors have 5 guys that have 4 rebounds apiece, and then you've got Tremaine Townsend, who's got 10 to lead all rebounders.
And that's what he'll do. He is going to go after everything. He thinks every rebound is his. He probably won't see any more minutes tonight with the Matadors with a 24-point lead. Chance for some of these young guys to really get a good look.
Free throw on the way, and good by Thomas Kearns. Kearns has got 3 points in the ballgame. Second free throw, no good, and there's Gallick up high for the rebound.
That's what I like to see, Willie. Way to get up there and snatch that ball out of the air.
Rutherford to the front court, lays it over to Wallace, who turns from the top of the key. A three-pointer on the way, no good. A rebound inside of the Matadors, and then a foul as Cordell ended up with the ball and tried to go up and got whacked on the arm. And I think they're going to take it out of bounds.
Matthew's upset that he missed that shot, but those are 2 good looks for Matthew Wallace. Nice looks. He just wasn't able to hit them, but those are the shots that he has to take.
Here's Cordell with a three-pointer out of the left wing. That's no good off the inbound pass. Off a screen from Lizarraga. Back the other way come the Leopards. Mencia accelerates down the left side, gets into some traffic, some trouble. Later to Shum, who puts it up with the left hand and scores. That's a nice play.
Excellent play.
Lizarraga snaps a pass over to Lunau. Inside, Cordell tries to go up, no good, and Lizarraga ended up with the loose ball and put it up and in, but after the whistle.
A lot of holding and grabbing.
I was just going to say there's a whole lot of contact, yeah.
You know, and like I said, the officials aren't going to call those fouls unless it really, they had to that time because the Matadors lost possession.
Matadors inbound into the corner to Cordell, out to, they whip it around the pattern to Rutherford, who's over here on the left wing. He wants to go to work against Mencia. Keeps the dribble alive, jumps in the air, 14-footer, and it rolled off the rim, no good. Rebound to Shum. Gallick went up, but just a hair too soon. Now the ball over to the wingman. Is that Adams? Who is that? No, it's 34, Napolitano. He lays it off to a cutter. Lunau missed the layup attempt. Rebound off. Cordell back the other way. Lays it to Rutherford, who fumbled, trying to recover and lost it out of bounds.
Yep, that's another turnover pass a little bit behind them. That's where, you know, guys just don't have their timing down yet.
Right, they're running the floor. They're making the right pass. Just executing poorly.
Exactly.
And it results in a turnover. But everybody's doing the right thing, and they're hustling. The one thing you can't, you know, you don't need to improve on, but you just need to do it, is the hustle. And the Matadors have clearly got that. They're cutting into the passing lanes, knocking balls away and getting hands on it. Now, whether or not they can actually pick up the ball once it's loose on the floor, you know, put a handle on it, right? Stick it with a fork.
Hey, Theron Taylor's in for the first time tonight as well, so it's good to see Theron out there.
Outstanding. Matthew Wallace picking up a man out front. Now Lizarraga on the baseline gets whistled for pushing as Lunau tried to dribble in the right corner.
So the only starter you have out there is Willie Gallick. He's going to have these young guys lead them. Matthew Wallace will be playing point guard, I believe. Dallas Rutherford went out of the ball game. All
right, so you got Cordell, Wallace, Gallick, Taylor, and Lizarraga. Leopards with the ball. They inbound. Shum ends up with it on the right wing. Try to pound it inside. Not a good idea against a much taller team. Back the other way comes Wallace. Pulls up on the right wing and now wants to reset. 10 minutes exactly to play. Taylor dribbling to the top of the key, kicks over to the right wing. Wallace with a three-pointer, good.
Yeah, that was his third look, and he knocked that one down. He didn't hesitate because he's a good shooter, and that's what he's supposed to do.
Mencia moves the ball over to the left wing. Adams with it. Now out front to Mencia, over to the right wing. Back out front. Oh boy, the ball almost snatched away, but it came to Schoon. Above the arc, he throws it to the left baseline. And a head fake and a shot attempt by Adams. Somebody partially blocked it. Back come the Matadors. Wallace the other way. Stutter step at the left wing. Comes into the free throw line. Lays it back out front to Gallick. And a big man doesn't want to launch a three there, so he lays it off to Wallace, who backs up toward half court. Now a screen. Taylor gets it, cuts into the paint, scoops it up with the right hand. It rolls off the rim. Heartbreak. And a rebound inside. Put back in by Taylor. Nice play.
That's what you call second effort. You know, the first one he got tapped, and then he still kept working and grabbed that offensive rebound and put it back in. Matadors with a big lead now. What is that, 28? That's their biggest lead, isn't it? That's
good math. That ties their biggest lead. Yes, they had a 28-point lead with about 13 minutes to play.
Willie Gallagher take a breather. Tony Oceansami will come in the ball game. The Dennis Rodman of the Matadors. He'll come in and grab some rebounds and really hustle.
All right, so here come the Matadors into the front court. Wallace moves it over to the right wing to Oceansami, holding it up. Back out front to Lizarraga. Now over here to the left wing to Wallace. Back out front. Whoop, tough pass for Cordell to pick up, and he kind of pushed off against Hyde. Got away with it. Out front, Wallace. To Taylor, comes to the free throw line, can't shoot. Lays it over to Cordell. He drives into the paint, through the trees, and lays it up and in.
Oh, that was a nice finish.
Yeah.
How about that? Nice play. He just weaved his way inside and made a nice layup to give the Matadors a 30-point lead.
So there's the big 3-0 that you were talking about earlier. It's 71-41 with 8:15 to play. You were mentioning that they would have had a 30-point lead back in the first half had they cut down some of the turnovers, and you're right. Right now here's a drive to the right baseline by Hyde. He's bumped and the ball knocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by the Matadors. I think it was Oceansami who reached in and got a hand on the ball. Now we see Kenny Daniels back into the game, replacing Vincent Cornell.
Matadors just come in with very similar athletes, very athletic, good defenders, and they'll just make people work all the time.
And here is a, what do we got, a block?
Yeah, I think they're going to call a block on Tony O. That'll be the 15th foul. He wasn't shooting, so I sure hope they don't send it to the free throw line.
Did they say 2-0 or? I
thought Tony Oceansami, yeah.
1-2, but
he said 1-0.
Okay. I'm not used to seeing more than one finger waved at me at a time, and usually on the freeway. Here's a drive to the baseline and a kick into the left corner. A three-pointer is good by Kyle Lunau.
Yeah, real nice shot. Way to move that ball around. Matadors are scrambling on defense.
All right, here's Wallace to the front court. To Lizarraga out front, now to the right wing. Back out front to Theron Taylor. Taylor holding it up. Now he backs up. Keeps the dribble alive. Over to the right wing they go with the pass to Daniels. Daniels drives right baseline, cut off, spins, tried to lay it inside. Ill-advised pass.
Right, ill-advised pass that time.
Cut in there.
He's got to shoot that. He made a nice move. I like the fact they're unselfish, but you're right. They just sometimes are making the wrong decision.
There's a dribble and a kick to the corner. A three-point try, no good. The man, Nicolini, was knocked down, and the coach over there hollering for a foul call, but nothing was called. Now Taylor drives around his men, comes to the left side, tosses it up and in.
Nice hustle by the Matadors. Had that turnover and came right back, got a good defensive stance, and then end up with a layup.
Taylor with 4 points in the ball game. 73-44 Matadors, 6:50 to play. Oh my goodness. A collision between Hallinan and his teammate Matthew Hyde, and Hyde got whacked right in the jaw. He's okay. Play continues. A three-pointer launched out of the corner, and Oceansami with a rebound. Oh, who is that? No, that was Daniels with the rebound. He gives to Wallace, who comes to the free corner, to the three-point line straight away. No good. Rebound inside. Lizarraga tried to put back, was knocked away from him, and then finally the ball is taken by the Leopards, and then it's knocked away out of bounds at half court.
Mike Lizarraga missed an absolute layup. He won't miss that if he shot it another 100.
I'll tell you what's really, really encouraging is to see the support that this team has garnered already. This is the exhibition home opener, and this place is in the student section behind us. There's a lot of bodies. Like you said, Alan, got to be 800 or 900 people in here. And this is an exhibition, so you can tell there's a great deal of buzz about the things that'll be happening for this team this season. Meanwhile, the Leopards working a little bit of a weave, and there's a long three-pointer from just to the right of center. Good by Brendan Hallinan.
Matadors will live with that shot. You make it, you make it.
Yep, 73-47 with 5:55 left. Crawford's back in there. I beg your pardon, that is Jermaine Smith, and he just got whacked in the nose. And losing his man and shooting is Matthew Wallace. Shot is missed. Leopards with the rebound. A kick pass by Hyde over his teammate. He misses out of the right corner. A rebound to Oceansami.
Boy, he must have about 7 or 8 rebounds because he is really controlling those boards.
He's all over it. Actually, he's got 6. You were close. Townsend with 10 boards, and he's not going to play anymore in a half, obviously, and he was done about 5 or 6 minutes ago, wasn't he?
Yeah.
About 7 or 8 minutes ago, actually. All right, Matadors working it around the pattern. Approaching 5:05 left to play. Cordell trying to lose his man. Instead got himself in a bad position. Tried to lay it to the right block. That didn't work. And now Oceansami ended up with yet another loose ball and tried to save it, but accidentally stepped on the end line underneath his own basket.
A lot of contact. The officials are not going to call fouls. The Matadors will foul several times, but they want to get home.
Bill Cortland with Alan Zinsmeister here on GoMatadors.com and IBSU.net. They are showing the Division III boys how they play it up here at Division I. 73-47 with now just a couple of ticks under 5 minutes left. And we get our first look at John Leggett, who comes to the front court. Now a little bit of a weave as we see Jonathan Bastos in the game now for the Leopards. He moves it over to Leggett. Head fake, comes around Rutherford. Kicks it over to the left wing. A jumper from the baseline, no good. Rebound is on the floor, taken by Smith. He picks it up and lays it smartly back to Rutherford. Quickly ahead to the right wing. Oh, sorry, that's the left wing here to Daniels. Tried to get it inside to Crawford. It's deflected, comes back to Daniels. He kicks it over to Cordell for a three-pointer, no good. Crawford tried to get to the ball. He was fouled pretty good.
Yeah, but he's got to be stronger, though. You just got to come down with that big guy. Don't let those little guys grab
two guys hanging on your arm. You still got to get the rebound. Boy, you are a tough taskmaster. I'll tell you. His arms are getting pulled down to his sides.
If they're listening, he was fouled pretty good.
And you're going, he's got to get that rebound. All right, here's Cardona trying to work his way in. A wild shot ended up with for the Leopards, and that didn't work. Back the other way comes Rutherford. Out front to Crawford. The big man near the top of the key steps in. An 18-footer on the way, no good. Not really the shot you want him to take.
But he looked pretty good on it. I mean, it was an open shot. And
wasn't a bad stroke.
Wasn't a bad stroke.
But there was plenty of time on the shot clock is where I'm coming from. There's Bastos launching a two-pointer, no good. And a rebound to Cordell, who's looking pretty good during his minutes here. Now a pass and right through the hands of Crawford. It comes to Bastos. He comes the other way. Whoa, he's really thinking about whether or not to go, but Crawford just snatches the ball away from his hands. Then Bastos knocks it away from him, and it's last fumbled by Crawford.
Crawford is going to have to get in the weight room. He is just going to have to get the weight room.
Well, they're going to have to play egg toss with him so he can learn how to. Our referees, who all managed to come by and say hi and mention the fact that they hope they get out of here in one piece.
The Leopards have a squad on the court right now that looks like I could throw a uniform on and be out there. They're pretty small.
It does look like you're out there. Cardona with a three-pointer.
And he missed it. It was the air ball, so that was me.
Now the ball pounded inside, and Gallick gets his uniform pulled up his back.
So they had to call the foul because Gallick had the uniform over his head. The guy was grabbing him so much.
Yeah, that's what I
call the old Three Stooges play.
Pulling the nylon over the head. I've heard of pulling the wool over your eyes, but I've never seen a jersey come up so high. That was Alex Zener trying to undress Gallick a little bit there. Now a lob to the rim. It comes up short.
And it's so short that a 5'8" guy is able to snatch it. So that shows you how short that was.
Leggett got the ball, drove to the free throw line and laid it off to the wing. His teammate missed it from the right side. Matadors decide who's going to end up with the rebound, and they lay it off to Rutherford, who dribbles and throws it back out front to Gallick.
Gallick has got to take that shot.
Daniels back to Gallick. He
Maybe
launches, and that's an air ball inside Oceansami with yet another loose ball. How did he come up with that? Among 6 guys wearing the other uniform, and he ends up with the ball.
Well, Gallick had a 16-footer and missed it by 2 feet. I mean, now, wow, he hesitated on the first one, and I know why. If he does not take that shot with confidence, the Matadors are going to be in trouble. He's a starting power forward that's got to be able to turn and shoot and make a 16-foot straightaway shot. He passed it up, and then when he shot it, he airballed it. So maybe there was a reason that he did not want to shoot that ball.
Oceansami knocks down a free throw, so he's got 3 points to go with his 8 rebounds. Second free throw on the way, no good. Gallick with the rebound inside, tried to go up strong, and from leaning in from under the backboard, missed it. Back the other way comes Leggett, comes in all the way, no good. And everybody missing shots galore, and again, Oceansami with a rebound. Rutherford to the front court, lays it over to the right wing to Daniels. Daniels wants to go, but can't. Throws a cross pass. They're trying to pound it inside again to Gallick. They do get it in there. Nice catch, and he comes under the bucket to get it away from the defenders and lays it up on the right side and in. Now Rutherford breaks up a pass, and they're going to say last touch by the Leopards.
Yeah, went off the Leopards' forearm. Nice play by Dallas Rutherford. He was able to hit that ball, and it went right off the forearm and shoulder of the Leopard player. So Matadors with a 76-47 lead with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the ball game. Don't want anybody injured. They take Willie Gallick out of the ball game and replace him with, looks like, Vincent Cornell.
Yeah, they really pounded the ball inside to him the last couple of possessions. So Theron Taylor's going to inbound to Dallas Rutherford in the backcourt over near the Leopards bench. All right, so here comes Rutherford. 2:10 left to play now. Pass over here to the left wing. Drive it to the baseline is Taylor. He gets around his man, and did he step out of bounds, or we got a hold?
Okay. It was a hold, and Taylor's going to get a chance at a 1-and-1. I think that's a 17th. It is a 17th foul. Yep. Theron gets a chance to score a couple more points. He's got 4 already. Looking pretty good.
Free throw is well short, however. The rebound taken by Trevor Woodland. I haven't seen Nicolini in there in a while, and he was the only player close to double figures for the Leopards with 9. Meanwhile, an air ball out of the right corner taken by the Matadors. They give to Rutherford. Pull up straight away, 2-pointer near the top of the key, way off the mark, no good. They get the ball out to Parizao. He comes to the front court against Rutherford. Approaching a minute and a half left to play, and now a triple team out front. The ball knocked loose. They throw it ahead to Rutherford. He comes down the right side, lays it up and in as the defender went for the suicide steal and came up empty.
Nice hustle play by Tony Oceansami. Got on the floor, was able to grab that loose ball and throw it ahead to Dallas Rutherford, and he finished with a nice layup.
Minute 20 left to play, and we got a foul out front, or what's the whistle for?
Let's see.
I think they did call Rutherford for a foul.
Yep.
So that's his 4th, but of course only a minute 20 left to play. 16 fouls against the Matadors, so we'll go to the bonus, but not that it'll make much difference. 78-47, largest lead of the game for the Matadors after that last bucket. And now another turnover out front. The ball bounces to Cordell. He comes down the right side, puts it to the rim. Taylor with a tough catch, no good, but an easy tap in by Kenny Daniels.
Well, Taylor, they thought he was going to go up and slam it. The fans were hoping for a slam, and Taylor said, I'll have none of that. I don't want to get hurt.
80-47, 50 seconds left. Ball over to the right block. Bauer wants to launch a 2-pointer. He does and scores.
Nice shot.
Nice shot over Vincent Cordell. So we're going to end up in this game with only one player in double figures, and it's Tremaine Townsend who ends up with a double-double, 17 points and 10 boards. Meanwhile, here comes Daniels around his man, comes into the paint, missed it, got his shot blocked actually, got it back and put it up and in with the left hand. 82-49 with 28 seconds left. So a lot of good things here. A lot of nervousness worked away. And there's a ball raked away by Oceansami. Nice play defensively.
Well, Tony's got to be close to double-digit rebounds now if they're keeping the correct rebound total, because he has really been grabbing them. And so what does he have?
Yeah, he's got 10 boards.
All right.
And so tying Tremaine Townsend for team high. Interestingly, Cordell has also got 9 rebounds.
Right. That's good. That bodes well for the Matadors.
Yep. Just 5 seconds left, however. Ball on the perimeter. Zener trying to work a shot loose. Here's a wild one by Bastos at the buzzer. No good. And this home exhibition opener for the Matadors comes to an end with an easy 82-49